Hey everybody, Jack Boyles with Steam Engines USA, and today we have storage container. After several months, actually this is about a year-long process, but after several months of getting things cleared around the house, getting this property, all the trees around here cut down and cut back, we put up a gate, fence posts, and we now have a really nice area that we're starting to set aside to keep trailers and equipment and things. We got our storage container delivered, and we went through USA Containers. So far, super pleased with the outcome. It was kind of tight getting it in here in our property through these gates. That's 22 feet wide, and the driver did an exceptional job. Got our container in, and as you can see, I've got it outlined here. So originally I set up and measured out where I want it to go. This is where it's going to end up, but when he brought it in, he had to pull out. He had to have 120 foot straightaway to pull out from under this thing, and that's what, standing here at the trailer, he basically had to go almost right to the left of this pole, or excuse me, to the right of this pole, and pull out at an angle. And he still ended up almost all across the street in the ditch trying to pull out from underneath this. It's just so long and kind of tight getting in here, but he did a great job. So what we did, and we just dropped it, set it on some railroad ties, one in the back, one in the front. And then what I'm gonna do is, I've got some blocks, I've got more blocking, but I'm gonna hook to some trees, some winches, and just pull it to the right. And I don't know yet if I'm gonna leave it on a railroad tie or just set it on blocks. Probably once I get the level in it, we'll see. But this is it. So this is a high cube container, 9.6 feet tall, 8 feet wide, and 40 feet long. The condition is really good. It's got some surface rust here or there. When it came in, the delivery was at night, so my wife and I, we checked it inside and out with some lot of bright lights, flashlights, and I got on top on the roof. There's no holes in it, there are no pinholes. You don't want to look for those kinds of things. There was a couple of areas, like it looked like a fork truck had hit through this. That's what these surface rust areas are. They probably look on camera worse than they are, but I'm just going to sand off the rust and put some primer paint on it. Eventually I'll paint it. I will probably leave this. This is a really cool graphic. I like that. It's kind of cool, the gator. Our gator container. On the back, these doors, a little stiff. I've sprayed some WD-40 on them, and it's basically 2 hinges. You shut it. The seals are good. I don't know if you can see those. They're in really good shape. And then inside, the floor is nice and solid and smooth. There's like a couple little stains. It's kind of hard to see. Let me spin it around. Yeah, that might help. But it's a huge space. It's been painted. You can see inside gray. The roof. I mean, just everything about it is better than I was expecting. Honestly, I've watched a lot of videos online, a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of people who bought storage containers, and I really didn't know what to expect. I was hoping, being optimistic, you know. But all in all, I'm really pleased with it. So we set it down, dropped it on a railroad tie in the back, and then as you can see, I'll end up pulling it. It's maybe 9, 10 feet. Pull that front over, line this up, and then what I'll do is level this. So the front can actually drop down about 1 foot. So it'll be sitting pretty much just off the ground, maybe just 1 inch or so. And then the back, I'll raise it up. It'll probably be not quite 1 foot. Mainly because this property's got a slight slope to it. So And then that'll leave me, once that's lined up, that front end will be pulled over. It'll basically be squared off with this corner. And so then I'll have about 10 or 12 feet there. Just depends on how much space. And I can build a roof off the top of this, a lean-to. I could build a roof over this entire drive, just for some additional covered shelter, parking, etc. But the main thing is it'll give me some space to work with, and I'm looking forward to that. So if you are watching this video and you thought about getting a storage container, there are a lot of scammers and stuff out there. So I did talk to a few people online on Facebook Marketplace and different places I didn't really feel comfortable with. This one, it's $3,300. It's $3,280, whatever. Basically $3,300 delivered here, and I'm in Central North Carolina. This one was shipped from Charleston, South Carolina, and they will come from a hub. Some just basic information you may or may not already know. This is a multiple use container. It's not, it's guaranteed for 10 years, wind and watertight. If there were any holes or some damage in there, the USA containers would either have somebody come out and fix it, or they would send you like a patch kit, which is, I think my understanding is like fiberglass. I'm not sure, but this container's solid. It does have a 10-year warranty. You can buy cheaper ones, and actually $3,300 is a really good price for one of these delivered. Typically everything I found, these were right around the $4,000 to $4,500 range. For the high cube, it's 9.6 feet tall. The 8-foot one would stop right there. You know, it's basically about right there. It's basically as tall as it is wide. Those were just slightly less. Then you had shipping containers of one trip, which means they're all made in China. They go on freighters, they're shipped over, and is, you know, to deliver whatever goods. When that hits this country at whatever port, that's a one trip container, and they're normally about twice as much. You know, you're figuring anywhere from $6,000 to $8,000, $9,000, $10,000. Just depends who you get it from. They have ones cheaper than this, but there's no guarantee on them. They definitely have holes. They have a lot of damage. The floors, like in this one, the floors are actually pretty good. It's really solid. It's thick wood. There's only 1 or 2 spots in there that have very, very minimal surface damage. Not even an issue for what my needs are. So those, the lesser containers, you know, you can find them for $1,500, but literally they're, you know, what's the point at that point, you know, in my opinion. So this I'm really pleased with. You know, the color was just a bonus. They have yellows and reds and, you know, grays and blues and all these freaky colors. And this is not too loud, so it's great because I don't want to draw a whole lot of attention. People driving by in the neighborhood see some ugly storage container up there, and I'm actually will eventually paint this to, you know, kind of blend in a little bit more and not just be a big, you know, big blue wall of metal. But for now, it's perfect. It accents what I was wanting to do here at this property. And if I walk on out here a little bit further, you see when you come in, it's got, that'll be slid over. I can actually build basically from right over here. I can build like an overhang, put tractors and stuff under, get some things out of the weather, and then have great place for keep some of our things. With it being wind and water tight, you can put, you know, furniture, you can put things in there and it's sealed up. The seals around this one are very good. I'm actually going to put power on it, a security system, and cameras around here, just as an added comfort to me. So anyway, sounds like my neighbor's out with their cool car. Maybe I'll get my Corvette running at some point in the near future, but for now, this is the project I'm working on. Maybe I'm gonna go right down the street, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, from High Point, North Carolina, thanks for watching. Thanks for checking out our storage container. And if you've been following along some of this journey, clearing a lot, I appreciate my neighbor Brandon clearing this lot for me. And then, I mean, it's just been worked out pretty good. So I'm really pleased with it. And have a great day from High Point, North Carolina. Steam Engines USA.